They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They will run for the first time here with White. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, that's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's a gain of 32.
A gain of 32 that time. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And some room to maneuver. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
Tony Pollard, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Washington nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Back to throw. Marshall. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
first down. It's Gibson, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Gibson, and this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
To throw on 3rd down, Marshall. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. On 4th down, Marshall. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He's going deep for Brown. This is intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
At their own 42-yard.
Throwing to start the drive. Marshall. He'll run it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Marshall. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. 44 yards. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Now here's Pollard. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited by what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On the draw is Taylor. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 17-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw on 2nd down, Marshall. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
Taylor.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Marshall. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, Marshall. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Pollard. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Now that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings
from the gun. Marshall.
At the 41.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Marshall being chased out left. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick six, and they decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
6-yard line.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
The 31-yard line.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the...
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 3rd down, Marshall. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Washington.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead. And he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. First and 10, Taylor now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At the 41-yard line.
And that's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
They run once more with Taylor. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On third down, here's Taylor. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Hopkins for the Washington field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will even our score at 21. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4 and turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And it's third down.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. It's Rico Gafford. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 21. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll keep it himself. On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run with White. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
The tackle made by Matt Ioannidis. A gain of 6 yards.
They keep it on the ground. White again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with. A fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. They'll run for it. This is White. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. To throw from his end zone, Marshall. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
Joey Sly lining up for the...
In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the fourth down stop, but now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Off the play fake. Marshall escaping the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second and goal from the 1. To run with Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. They'll try and run Taylor, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Down at the 2-yard
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
It's now
on fourth down. Marshall forced out to his left. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
And it's third down.
Now Pollard, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. To return is Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Play action. Marshall steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
back to throw.
At the 34.
Buying time to his left. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He's back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Washington.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Smart play to get rid of it there, but now it's 4th down. Your margin for error pretty much out the window.
That means you have to come up with a big-time throw here and a completion in order to keep this 2-minute drive going.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
Down and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
today's finals, Washington.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Washington, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.